Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nugget Studios once again. I'm the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, and we take the cameras back to San Antonio. After a generational collapse in the fourth quarter, the Spurs look to bounce back at home after the Knicks overcame the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history, trailing by 29 to take a 3-1 series lead. Live from Frost Bank Center, the Knicks look to close out the series in 5 in your 2026 NBA Finals Game 5 highlight commentary. After 2 minutes of scoreless basketball, Big Purr, Big Zest, Loose Wrist, Karl Anthony Towns gets denied by Wembanyama. Here come the San Antonio Spurs, trying to be the fourth team to erase a 3-1 series deficit and the second in NBA Finals history, attempting to bounce back against the New York Knicks. But on the other end of the floor, wide open, Jalen Brunson puts in a 3 and gives the Knicks a 1-point lead. Fun fact, the Knicks didn't lead in Game 4 until the final 2 minutes of the game. How many times are they going to find themselves having to overcome a deficit? No team in NBA history has erased more 20-point deficits than the Knicks have, and the San Antonio Spurs trying to make sure this time if they go up 20, it's going to stick throughout the remainder of the game. Here come the New York Knicks trailing by 1. Wemby with his second block in 2 minutes. San Antonio on the other end of the floor up by 1. Johnson with the floater, can't get it to fall. Put back dunk from Wembanyama. 3-point lead for the Spurs. Approaching midway through the first quarter, Wemby kicks it to the top of the key. Dylan Harper wide open, puts in a 3. San Antonio starting to build momentum. Dylan Harper enters the game, puts in a floater, and then less than a minute later, he drives back down the floor, put in a reverse layup, gets it to fall. Spurs lead by 8. De'Aaron Fox will get into the game, put in a jumper. It's a double-digit lead.
I got this.
Come here. Fuck out of here, Alvarado. Wemby's got 3 blocks in less than 10 minutes. Champagne in the corner, pump fake, puts in a 3. It's a 13-point lead, but it doesn't matter how you start. It's how you finish. San Antonio has led every single game. Block number 4 for the abnormal Titan. San Antonio up 15. New York absolutely cold, but not for long. Big Purr, Loose Wrist, Big Zest, Karl Anthony Towns with a clear travel gets away with a jumper to get New York out of the dirt, but Wembanyama would answer with a 3 of his own. The lead is up to 16, but once again, they take their foot off the gas. Josh Hart would put in a 3. Brunson would follow up with 1 of his own, and then he'd drive into the cup, put up a jumper, and cut the deficit inside 10 points. You would think the guy who's killing you all series would receive some sort of a double coverage from the San Antonio Spurs. Absolutely not. Big Body Brunson was having his way with their defense. The Villanova trio would come alive after a 3 from Bridges. Josh Hart would get an and 1 on the layup. Bridges would follow that up with a runner, but San Antonio would stop the bleeding in the final seconds of the first half as Vassell puts in a fall-away jumper to give them a 5-point lead at the break. Wait a minute. You could have saw this video early and ad-free. All you have to do is become a member on my Patreon. So either click the link in my description or head over to patreon.com/chiseledAdonis. Not only you'd be helping out the channel, you'd also get all of my content early and ad-free before the internet even sees it. Any little thing helps, I appreciate you. If not, hit the subscribe button or follow button. Anything you can do to help out the channel. I'll see you on the inside. Into the third quarter we go after a scoreless minute. Runner from Mikal Bridges gets that 1 to fall, but Champagne would answer on the other end of the floor with a 3. San Antonio would once again go on a run, a dunk from Wembanyama. Another 3 would connect from Champagne. The lead's back up to double digits. Wembanyama with the spin move inside. The jumper makes it a 12-point game.
I got this.
Get that weak shit out of here. New York would once again try to surge offensively behind Jalen Brunson's 14 points in the quarter, but San Antonio would answer with yet another run, pushing the lead back up to double digits. Vassell's 3 makes it a 9-point game, and then Dylan Harper would put in a 3 to make it 12. This brother coming off the bench balling every single game, and you mean to tell me you can't start him over De'Aaron Fox? The lead ballooned up to 14 again, and New York is on the ropes. Cornet denied at the basket by Mitchell Robinson. Josh Hart would connect on a three. Jordan Clarkson would connect on a runner. The Knicks would once again cut the deficit inside 10 points, but San Antonio would push it to double digits just before the fourth. And as we enter into the final period, San Antonio's trying to run away with Game 5. They fall asleep on the other end of the floor. Alvarado swing over to Bridges. Bridges back over to Hart. Hart puts in a three, but San Antonio would respond with a thunderous slam from Wemby. But the Knicks are like Thanos in Infinity War. Absolutely inevitable. You think they give a shit that Vassell made it a 9-point lead, a free throw made it 10? Here comes Landry Shamet with the layup inside. Dylan Harper would keep it a 10-point lead, but here comes Jalen Brunson checking back into the fourth quarter. He'd end the night with 45 points, 14 points in the third, another 15 in the fourth. He was on fire. New York would go on a 10-0 run and tie up the game with under 5 minutes left to play. You would think San Antonio recognizes if they lose this game, their season and hopes of winning a championship is over. Vassell would put in a two, but on the other end of the floor, they'd forget to defend, and the New York Knicks would take the lead. Then with 2 minutes left to play, Vassell would attempt to block OG from inside the basket. That would result in a goaltend. The Knicks lead by 3 on a 15-2 run. The Frenchman, recognizing the situation, decides to bait a foul on Karl Anthony Towns. That would be his 6th of the game, and he's gone for the remainder of the evening. So you know what Wemby decides to do in response?
I'm a brick!
How about we miss some free throws? Instead of making it a 1-point game, San Antonio trails by 2. Under 90 seconds left to play. Dylan Harper drives all the way inside, turnaround jumper, ties the game at 88 apiece, but they're going to need to get a stop on defense. Jalen Brunson blows right past Stephon Castle, throws up a floater. 2-point lead, 90-88 with 66 seconds on the clock. De'Aaron Fox would drive inside, not going to take the shot, gives it to Wemby. He's afraid of the moment, kicks it over to Fox. Fox throws up a brick. Rebound, Josh Hart. Both teams in the bonus. Knicks taking their sweet time. Jalen Brunson drive inside, kick over, wide open. Josh Hart throws up a brick. Rebound, San Antonio. Dylan Harper going back the other way. 30 seconds left to play. The rookie with the layup can't connect. Josh Hart on the rebound. He's fouled and going to the line. New York fans jumping up and down in San Antonio. Josh Hart's 2 free throws here can put them up by 2 possessions. He puts in the first to make it a 3-point game, but bricks on the second. Rebound and kicked out to Shamet. OG has the basketball at the top of the key, but Mitch Robinson's dumbass calls for San Antonio to foul. On an offensive rebound, the shot clock resets to 14, not 24. What the hell are y'all doing? All you have to do is try your best to defend in this situation. Why would you foul them and give them an opportunity to make it a 4, maybe even a 5-point game? You quite literally just gave them an opportunity to ice the game.
Is the man retarded?
The shot clock's now turned off. OG puts in the first free throw. It's a 4-point lead. OG would then miss the second free throw. Luckily for San Antonio, they get the rebound. And after using a timeout, they're going to need a basket. Castle on the inbound finds Wemby. Wemby's going to try a 3. It's a brick. Rebound put back by Castle to cut the deficit down to 2. Now imagine if they never fouled OG. This would have been a 1-point game. If you were to have scored here, all you would have to do is foul, hope that they miss one with a chance to tie or win. But now you got to foul and hope that they miss a free throw. Fresh out the inbound, rather than foul, they're hoping to trap Jalen Brunson. He does lose the basketball, but finally the referees would call the foul, sending Bridges to the free throw line with a chance to make it a 4-point game with less than 10 seconds left to play. He bricks the first free throw. Maybe the lights were too bright. The second free throw here, San Antonio's got a timeout. He puts it in. It's a 3-point game, and the season is on the line. Stephon Castle once again here, ready to inbound, looking for Wemby. He's not going to be able to find him. Throws it to Dylan Harper, and the Knicks immediately foul, preventing San Antonio from even getting an attempt at a 3-pointer. Dylan Harper bricks both the free throws. Man's didn't hit a single one. San Antonio was made for the AVN Awards. They have the greatest blowjob of anybody in NBA history. OG misses the first free throw, puts in the second. San Antonio's out of timeouts. They trail by 4. De'Aaron Fox has to throw up a prayer, instead gives it to Wemby, and the Frenchman's international baskets is an absolute brick. And for the first time in 53 years, the New York Knicks can call themselves NBA Finals champions. The Spurs led in this series 72% of the time, and they lose in 5 games. A team filled with castaways. OG Anunoby shipped away from Toronto. Karl Anthony Towns given up on by the Timberwolves. Josh Hart thrown to the scrap heap by Portland. Mikal Bridges given up on by Brooklyn. Jalen Brunson thrown to the wayside by Dallas. Mike Brown kicked into the garbage by Sacramento. The entire team, castaways, came together under one of the worst executives in NBA in the 21st century, have finally been able to get New York over the hump for the first time in half a century. Behind Jalen Brunson's incredibly clutch performance, 45 points on the road to close out San Antonio as he wins the Finals MVP. It's orange and blue skies in New York because for the first time since '73, the New York Knicks would take out their expired Metro cards and get aboard the W train. But for the San Antonio Spurs, y'all blew a double-digit lead in every single game. Y'all was on the court all finals long, like sex with no orgasm. You never knew how to finish. You lost to the Knicks in the NBA Cup. You then lose to the Knicks in the NBA Finals. Wembanyama lost in the gold medal game against the USA. You got owned by New York, and Europe's greatest export got his visa to be a champion denied. San Antonio, get off the court. Put your motherfucking heads back down and get aboard the L train. But your ride would be short-lived because you've arrived at Elimination Station and you go somewhere different for your failures of being able to hold on to the lead in this series. Your failures of being able to prevent New York from claiming the title for the first time in over half a century. Consider your names written down the Death Note because your dreams of restoring a dynasty, your dreams of hoisting up the Larry O'Brien trophy, your dreams of getting redemption for losing the Cup championship and claiming your throne as the 2026 NBA champions has been absolutely deleted. There's only one thing left to do. Gotta write their names in the Death Note. Delete! Delete, delete, delete. Delete, delete, delete. Delete it!
For you. Delete. You will rest in peace.
Delete confirm.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker! I hear the Shadow Realm's lovely this time of year. Let's find out if it's true!
Hold on, it is I, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual D, Chiseled Adonis. But of course, you already knew that. And what if I told you you could get your own personalized cameo today inside 24 hours? If you book me over on cameo.com/Chiseled Adonis to get your own personalized video message. I've done over 450 throughout the years, and I've been able to garner over 100 5-star reviews. So whether it's a happy birthday, happy anniversary, just a pep talk, or a roast, if somebody needs to be engulfed in verbal flame, I'm the man for the job. So make sure you go over and book me on cameo.com/Chiseled Adonis. I'll see you on the inside. Hey, I appreciate you watching the entire video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button on the way out if you haven't already. And on top of that, hit that notification bell as well. For whatever reason, YouTube's only showing my videos to 20% of my subscribers. So if you have already turned on the notification bell, turn it off, turn it back on. If you never turn it on, turn it on. I appreciate you.